For years, I thought I was being disciplined. I believed that if I could just stay on plan, follow the rules, and hit my goals, I'd finally be free. I joined Weight Watchers and threw myself into it, heart, mind, and time. I tracked every point, weighed every bite, and measured every portion. I followed the schedule, breakfast at 7, snack at 10, and for a while it gave me comfort. It made me feel safe, structured, and in control. But over time, something shifted. What started as a desire to be healthy quietly became an obsession. I couldn't see my meals apart from numbers. If I ate something that didn't fit, I felt shame. When I started back on plan, I felt a strange sense of relief, like I was finally back where I belonged. Looking back now, I realize it wasn't freedom I was chasing. It was validation. It wasn't discipline I was living by. It was devotion. And that devotion had a name: diet culture. I don't think I ever prayed with that much consistency. I didn't weigh the cost of my thoughts the way I weighed my food. If I'm honest, Weight Watchers became my worship. Every time I lost a few pounds, I felt redeemed. Every time I gained them back, I felt condemned. And I didn't see it for what it was: idolatry. Diet culture promises transformation, but it often replaces grace with guilt. It tells you that your worth is something you earn, that success is measured in ounces, that your body defines your value. And slowly, without realizing it, we start to serve it like a master. Jesus said in Matthew 6:24, "No one can serve two masters. You will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one and despise the other." We usually think of money when we hear that verse, but for me, my master wasn't money, it was my menu. It was my desire to control something that was never meant to control me. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be healthy. But when health becomes a measuring stick for worth, we're no longer walking in freedom, we're walking in fear. I used to believe that control and peace were the same thing. If I could plan every meal, track every bite, stay on track, I thought I'd finally have peace. But control is exhausting. It gives the illusion of safety, but it's really just another kind of bondage. Romans 12:2 says, "Let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think." Transformation doesn't start on the plate or at the gym, it starts in the mind. And only God can renew that part of us that has been trained to earn love instead of receive it. When I began to see how much time and mental space I'd devoted to food, plans, and perfection, I asked myself a hard question. What if I gave this same devotion to prayer? What if I woke up thinking about God's grace the way I used to think about my points? What if I measured peace instead of calories? What if I trusted His timing more than my progress chart? Those questions started to change me. Slowly, my relationship with food began to heal. Not because I found a better plan, but because I found a better focus. I realized that true wellness isn't about control, it's about surrender. Now I see my body differently. It's not something to punish or perfect, it's a vessel to care for, to honor, to use for God's purpose. I still value health, but not as an idol. I eat with gratitude instead of guilt. I move my body as an act of praise, not punishment. And I remind myself daily that freedom doesn't come from tracking, it comes from trusting. If you've ever felt trapped in that cycle, the guilt, the rules, the restarts, I want you to know you're not alone. There's nothing wrong with seeking health, but there's everything wrong with losing yourself in the process. You were never meant to count your way to peace. You were meant to receive it. So today I encourage you to pause, take a deep breath. Ask God to show you where you've been striving for control instead of resting in His care. And if you've spent years battling diet culture, remember this. You can start over without starting another plan. Start by inviting Him into the journey. Because the truth is, you can lose 100 pounds and still feel empty inside. But when your identity is in Christ, you gain something no scale can measure: peace that lasts. If this message spoke to you, I'd love for you to join me on this journey of faith, healing, and wholeness. Visit Faithfully Well on YouTube for more reflections like this, and come say hello at hiswordsministry.com. Together, let's learn what it means to live faithfully well, not perfectly, but purposefully.